For being aware in the instant from this and other information, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Chaos in the Iowa Democratic caucuses, where contest results have been delayed by technical glitches, have been seized upon by Donald Trump as a victory. Mr. Trump tweeted that the debacle was an unmitigated disaster, suggesting it was proof that Democrats could not be trusted to lead. The only person that can claim a very big victory in Iowa last night is Trump, he wrote. Democratic Party officials blamed a reporting issue. Votes will be tabulated by hand and reported later on Tuesday, officials said. However, the indeterminate result on the night has created skepticism of the caucus process and reignited questions over whether Iowa, a rural, white state not representative of the U.S. electorate as a whole, should continue to be the place to hold the first primary contest. Mr. Trump dismissed the suggestion. "As long as I am president, Iowa will stay where it is. Important tradition," he tweeted. Democrats hoping to take him on in this year's election, on the other hand, have set their sights forward. Many have already landed in New Hampshire, where the next primary contest is due to be held on Tuesday, the 11th of February. What happened at the caucuses? On Monday, voters flocked to more than 1,600 schools, libraries and churches in Iowa to have their say in who should be on the ballot in the November presidential election. Mr. Trump easily won the Republican contest, but a winner was not declared in the Democratic contest. Despite the absence of results, several candidates are claiming victory. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders spoke of winning in Iowa's caucuses, citing internal campaign data that placed him ahead of Pete Buttigieg, the former mayor of South Bend, Indiana. Earlier, Mr. Buttigieg told supporters that by all indications, his campaign was going to New Hampshire victorious. The vote in Iowa was a caucus, which involves people attending a meeting before voting on a candidate, perhaps via a head count or a show of hands. Voters in primaries, like the vote in New Hampshire, can just turn up at a polling booth and vote in secret. What are the organizers saying about the Iowa situation? Iowa Democratic Party (IDP) spokeswoman Mandy McClaws said officials had found inconsistencies in the reporting of 3 sets of results, that was simply a reporting issue, rather than a hack or intrusion. She denied an app created to allow reporting of results had gone down. The underlying data and paper trail is sound and will simply take time to further report the results. The local party chairman Troy Price later said, "We are validating every piece of data we have against our paper trail. That system is taking longer than expected, but it's in place to ensure we are eventually able to report results with full confidence." Rules on reporting were changed for this year, with Iowa Democrats required to report 3 numbers to party headquarters, rather than just the final delegate totals. Did the app crash? Ms. McClaws' statement was flatly contradicted by party officials at county level, who blamed technology issues for the delay. They said the app created for caucus organizers to report their results had malfunctioned, leaving precinct captains to call state party headquarters, whose phone lines swiftly became jammed. Alesha Gaiman, the Democratic chairwoman of Scott County, Iowa's 3rd largest, said many officials were having issues reporting results and had been left hanging on hold. Dallas County Chairman Bryce Smith also said the app had crashed, a view echoed by Nate Gruber, the Democratic vice chairman of Black Hawk County, a part of the state with the largest concentration of African Americans. "It doesn't really work," he said, adding, "No one can reach the state party to report." Calls to the Iowa Democratic Party hotline late on Monday had the same recorded message, "All of our operators are currently busy." A muddled mess. The Democratic Party establishment spent the past few days hand-wringing over what they might view as a doomsday scenario where Bernie Sanders posted a solid win in the Iowa caucuses. It turns out they're heading towards an outcome much worse than that. 3 years after having their party servers hacked by Russians in an attempt to disrupt the 2016 election, a quality control issue derailed the reporting of the Iowa results. It's not a good look for the Democratic Party, or for American democracy. It will be a snafu that launches 1,000 conspiracy theories and leaves a race that might have received some clarity after a year of campaigning a muddled mess as the primary season gets underway. What's at stake? The candidates are vying to win the opening contest of the 2020 White House campaign and become the Democratic nominee who will challenge Mr. Trump, a Republican, in the 3rd of November election. Largely white, rural, sparsely populated Iowa awards just 41 of the 1,991 delegates needed to clinch the party nomination under America's quirky political system. But the state can offer crucial momentum. The last 4 Democratic nominees have all won the Iowa caucuses. The front-runners among the 11 remaining contenders are Senator Sanders and former U.S. Vice President Joe Biden. Pete Buttigieg, the former mayor of South Bend, Indiana, Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren and Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar also campaigned vigorously in the state.